How's it going, guys? My name is Maikya and welcome back to another video. In today's video I'm going to be discussing a theory about Project Eevee and what it means for the Nintendo Switch game Pokemon Let's Go with Pikachu and Pokemon Let's Go Eevee. So I'm just going to get right into this by looking at this tweet by PokeJungle, and PokeJungle literally just tweeted this earlier today and said, has anyone noticed that the art style for Pikachu is very similar to Eevee on the banner of Project Eevee? So if we look here, we've got obviously our leaked logo right here, and if we go to the other image, you can see the characters for this are very similar. There's very much an overlapping kind of watercolor style, same here, you know, the same outline, and I'm going to get more into this just now. So if we can see right here, this is the Project Eevee special page. Obviously you can tell that. It's got all of Eevee's recent tweets, and as you can see here, it's got a very distinct style in a really clean quality version, very similar to this logo right here. It's got the tail, very much like the Pikachu tail right here, and it's got the kind of overlapping kind of style. And I think that this is almost the style that they're gonna use within the Switch game. You know, more playful, colourful, watercolour style. I think that this could actually be pretty much a possibility. And I definitely do think that there's a similarity here in the way that they've got the overlapping and that sort of thing. Now I'm going to get more into some tweets and Project Eevee's page. Now the reason why I want to talk about Project Eevee specifically is this was created quite a while ago, November 2017, and 21st to be exact. And basically the Project Eevee is all about Eevee going to different places and meeting different people. But the funny thing is why have they chosen Eevee of all things? I understand that Pokemon Movie 21 has an Eevee in it, but I think that Game Freak and, you know, all the related companies, Nintendo and Pokemon Company, have intended to do this on purpose as a marketing scheme to basically make us buy into the games when they do get announced. I think they wanted to bring Eevee back to light, and they wanted to capitalise on its, you know, popularity in the Kanto games, and how the fact that you could get one in the Kanto games and you could only evolve it into 3 different types of Pokemon. Obviously now we have so many different types of evolutions, the 8 different types I believe there is now, and we can use this now to see that Kanto is coming back obviously with the Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu. The reason why I think Game Freak have chosen Eevee again is because it was such a big Pokemon for Kanto. It had 8 evolutions now, and I think that by capitalising on this kind of evolution sort of thing, going back to the reason why Pokemon's a thing, is, you know, it's interesting. They you know, they've done it with Pikachu. Pikachu's definitely always been a mascot, but this year especially, and last year, Eevee's been a growing mascot with the Project Eevee page. Now right here we can see that here it says the number of friends has increased. So originally they posted an Eevee just stamping on the ground in this little you know, sort of toy by Takara Tomy I believe, and they added a Pikachu. Later on they also added the Kanto starters, which I find quite interesting. Why would they add the Kanto starters? You know, why not just have Eevee dancing on its own to a Project Eevee page? Instead they just decided to include Pikachu, and they decided to include the They decided to include Pikachu, and they also decided to include the Kanto starters. I think this was almost intentional, and, you know, that could link to the idea of the new games. Obviously people are saying, you know, things are happening, that sort of thing. Again here, if we look, today the Pokemon Corporation is very peaceful. This was on the 15th of Feb. There's Eevee, and following shortly behind it is Pikachu. Now it's really interesting because I believe it's not this wall specifically, but there's some wall around here that's covered with all the Pokemon in the entire franchise, including Zeraora. And I definitely think that Eevee and Pikachu have to do with this whole Pokemon Center, everything coming together, Kanto again, and I really do reckon that there's a link here. I don't know if you guys think the same, but I definitely do believe that there is some sort of link, you know, with the obviously the new titles being Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee, and the fact that Project Eevee came out in November last year. I think that we could almost see that a year from the creation of Project Eevee, the project itself is part of the game in which we are going to get a release a year on from the creation of Project Eevee, which was November. So I can see that we could almost get a release in November this year, possibly December. And I've been thinking about this a long time on my Twitter. I've posted several times. If you guys haven't actually seen those, go follow me on Twitter. I post all the time. I talk about the leaks and that sort of thing as they come through the door before I put them up on my YouTube, essentially. But I really do think that this is a valid theory, that the Project Eevee is almost the project of the game itself. And Nintendo have used Pokemon Go, obviously, with the rumours of integration with the game. They're using Project Eevee as a marketing advantage, and they're using everything from Kanto, merchandise-wise, to capitalise on this new game more so than ever before. Like, I don't think I've ever seen merchandise and that sort of thing capitalise so much in the lead up to a new game as much as Nintendo and Pokemon Company are doing right now. And I think it's actually quite amazing that they've focused so much on it this year. But I do think that it's due to the fact that this Switch is so flexible, and we have that ability to use it outdoors, indoors, with friends, without friends, all sorts. We have so many options with this new device that I think that Kanto, you know, is going to relive some old memories for us with this new technology, this new capability of catching Pokemon in the real world and that sort of thing. I really do think that that's a possibility from the Nintendo company, from Pokemon, and from Game Freak in general. Now, that's all I have time for today, guys, to cover on this specific theory and issue. If you guys enjoyed, be sure to leave a thumbs up down below, it really helps out. And be sure to comment and let me know what you guys think specifically on this leak and this kind of, you know, this kind of information that we have now, and whether you think it links or not. Be sure to subscribe. We're nearly at 500 subscribers, and I really appreciate your guys' support. It means a hell of a lot at this time. And yeah, I'll be posting more on this kind of thing in the future if we get more information. And yeah, that's about it, guys. I will see you in the next video.